So now I'm here with Luca Cuccovillo from IDMT, Fraunhofer. You explain what exactly the institute is doing. But Luca, same question to you. What are you working on in the context of the vera.ai project?
So we are working on trying to reduce this gap that we see between the analysis of video content or image and the audio one. So we had for several years a lot of research in the detection of synthetic images, but the detection of synthetic speech was lagging behind. First, because the speech was not yet that high quality, so it wasn't really interesting somehow, or there were really a few people working on that. And now, because it's hard and you need to start from scratch, because there is not much you can base your work on. So we are trying really to reduce this gap, both for synthetic content detection and also for the detection of replicated content. So if you think Google has an image search service, but there is not an audio search service. Why that? And we would like to try to narrow this gap.
So that's of course what also journalists of future possible prospective users would want. They would want to know, has the audio speech or something somebody says, has it been manipulated? So you're trying to find solutions that detect that, and then the journalist can easily see, okay, this has been what? Manipulated, taken out of context, or how do I have to picture that?
Exactly that. So both you get one file and you try to understand if the file is legit or not, or if there are obvious traces that something is off. And before that, you look if that file has been already checked by someone else by trying to look at some databases or some common, I hope that journalists collaborate as well. So this kind of idea, both manipulation but also completely synthetic. Now there are also some tools that let you transform your voice or convert it in the voice of someone else. So all these kind of possible applications that might be quite troublesome. We've heard these calls from like Joe Biden calling not to go to vote for the elections. That's something that we would like to stop at the very source.
So you're doing the analysis primarily, or also trying to develop interfaces for end users to use, or how does that work?
So the interfaces are not our best spot, I would say. So the idea is to have some analysis with some results that we believe can be helpful, and then to participate in projects like vera.ai when there are also people from the journalistic domain, so that we can develop a nice interface that let them use the software in an easy way, and that let them understand the output so that it can be useful. So we can create the output, but we don't know what's the best to let that become really useful for an investigator.
So can we expect some tool that sort of is self-explanatory, or if I as a journalist want to find out whether something has been manipulated, do I always have to pick up the phone and ring you and ask you?
No, so the idea here is for detecting duplicated content, that it's easy because you can play them at sync and see if they match, so that's the easy part. For the synthesis detection or the manipulation, what we do is we come from the domain from audio forensics, which is for the court. So and there you always have to give a score that the judge can interpret. And we would like to use exactly this score, which is both a number but also has some descriptions, like there is a weak trace, of there is a very strong trace, or there is the tool can't tell either if it's either one or the other case. So we would like to have also this textual description to assist interpretation.
Okay, thank you very much for this, Luca.